Hello, Facebook.
Facebook. Welcome to all our viewers, and thank you for chiming in and checking us out. Yes. We're super excited, and we have such a great show lined up for you all. And just to let you know, if you see us looking down at our phones like this, we are literally just checking to see your comments so that we can actually interact with you, okay? All right.
So, my name is Candace, and I am one half of SisArias United. I am a homeschooling mom, and I love to write, I love to talk, I love to sing. I just love to be me, and those are the things that make me me. So, that's who I am.
Yes. And I'm sorry, I just have to do some shout outs. See Nicholas, Janet, hi. We see you on there. Thank you. It's going down. Yes. And I'm Contessa, and I'm the energetic woohoo one. And I'm what? A mother, a wife, a healthcare person, a fitness person. I love it all. Actually, I don't have any hobbies. I love it all. Right? So that's pretty much it. Yeah. About us.
All right, so today's show, we have a special...
Wait, before you even go there, we just want to say that today's show, it's sponsored by, yes, 5 More and Breathe Fitness. Danny, woo! Danny! Yes, and it is powered by EC Media Group LLC. We love them. Thank you both. Yes, yes.
All right, so today's show, we have a special treat for you guys, okay? We're going to be talking about Fitastic, the benefits of being physically fit.
Which is very important, yes.
You see, we live in a time and day where America is not as healthy as we should be.
Yeah,
we are dealing with different epidemics like obesity, which is one of the leading causes of death in our country. And it makes you wonder, why? Why is America obese? You know, what are we not doing, or what are we doing that's causing this, you know, this epidemic? You know, some of the causes.
Overeating, we have stress, we have, just food is just good. Food is just good, right? It's just real good. And then stress, like for me personally, I feel like the more stressed I am, the more I eat. Like I eat because I'm happy, and I'm happy because I eat. You know, that's how I feel at times. But it's a real struggle, you know? It's a real struggle, and
I also think another causative factor of obesity is people don't really exercise as much.
That is true. That is true.
With all the technology, gadgets, phones, computer jobs, you know, we're just more sedentary as a nation. And we want to talk to you today about why exercising is important and different ways you can exercise that can be beneficial to you and your life.
Agreed. Like for me, I love me some Zumba. Yes. Yeah, it's like one of my favorites. And actually, that was like what got me moving after I had my second child, my daughter Joelle. Yeah, because it was struggle. Struggle was real. But that got me moving, you know. And again, you just have to get up and break routine, because I feel like it's really hard. We're so busy. We're doing so much. You're working so hard. You just got to put time into your physical activity, because without that, like, you're like a walking dead, literally.
And for me, you know, having kids, you know, is a beautiful thing, but it also affects your body. And for me, after having my kids, you know, oh gosh, like I gained a lot of weight.
Remember those pictures?
Oh gosh.
You know when you see yourself when you, like, after you have kids, like first you think you look okay.
Yeah.
But then those pictures surface.
You're like,
and they oh snap, that's me. Oh, I look like a whale. And it's really crazy.
Yes.
I just want to hide them. I'm gonna burn them actually.
So for me, you know, pregnancy, having kids, being, you know, overweight, I was like, I gotta do something. I really gotta do something so I can be fit and feel good about myself and be healthy. And fitness did it for me. Getting in, you know, and exercising at the YMCA, getting involved, becoming a group fitness instructor, teaching classes, all of these things really helped me to, you know, get fit. And we want to talk to you today because we have a special guest today who works with us, and he has his own business called 5 More and Breathe, okay? And I'm gonna bring him on and let him tell you a little bit more about yourself. I'm gonna have him come on, and he's gonna let you know what he does. He's gonna, you know, pretty much bless your heart with some good information about fitness and different ways we can exercise, okay? So while he's coming, any of you, do you guys do anything for fun exercising? Like, for those of you who are watching, Teresa, I see you out there. Hey, Teresa, Carmela, Nicholas, Taisha. Do you guys exercise at all? And if so, what are some things you guys do? While we wait for your answers, we'll have Danny come on and introduce himself to you guys.
Hi there, my name is D'Artagnan Danny Cortes. I'm a personal trainer in the Middletown, New York area, and I'm the owner of 5 More and Breathe Fitness. And yeah, we do personal training at my studio. We do Zumba classes, and we also do small group training. We also do boxing training for those of you who are interested in boxing. We do boxing training, kickboxing, and we have some awesome programs for anybody who's trying to get fit. We use a lot of resistance bands training, and we do a lot of resistance bands training in my facility, where I specialize in resistance bands training. And we do more of a functional training type of workouts at my studio, and it's a great time. You know, we get to go ahead and we put on some great music, some great workouts, and we do full body workouts, and it's a great time. It's definitely a great time for sure.
Hey, so before we get into talking some more with Danny, I see some people actually responded to us. So Nicholas says he likes to run.
Yes.
And I know for a fact that Nicholas likes to run. I trained with him with the Fab Five, and I'm telling you, I didn't know I could run until I ran with Nicholas. So,
and then yes, and Teresa. She's like, you know, she did a 10K thanks to Nick, and her, you helping her, Nick, with your routine, for your races. That's what it's about, helping one another, get to that point, right, Danny?
Yes, definitely.
Oh, and Janet, she says she walks, but too slow.
Janet, you know what? You keep moving. Like I tell my Zumba students, because I'm a Zumba instructor at the YMCA, I tell them, hey, keep moving. And whatever you do, just keep moving. So Janice, just keep moving. Okay, hon? You got this.
Oh, thanks, Nick. He said I'm a great runner. I appreciate that coming from you. And I also wanted to say hi to AJ.
Yes, and Gail.
Gail.
Max. Hi, Monet. Yes.
Yes. All right. So, Danny.
Yes.
What inspired you to start Five More and Breathe Fitness?
Well, I've always been into fitness, and I've always been into like coaching, and so I definitely saw myself being a personal trainer, helping people, motivating people. I loved working out, I loved exercising, so that was one thing that I always wanted to do. And where Five More and Breathe, the name came from was as I was doing training, I would go ahead and shout out to my clients. I would say, "Come on, give me 5 more, and make sure you breathe." Because a lot of the times it's like those last few reps that really count. So you want to make sure that you get those last reps. And I tell them to breathe, because I say this in my training sessions, and I tell people don't make the monkey faces. The monkey faces, or the like.
But it's true.
So it's true.
The last 5 that really gets you.
Yes.
You're like.
So
it's crazy.
Yeah, so she was like, you 5 more and breathe, 5 more and breathe, and then one of my clients was like, oh, that's how the name originated. Yeah, so that's when the name originated, and I always had that in my mind. I always told myself, you know what, I want to start off my own personal business. I've always been like an entrepreneur deep in my heart. Even though I've worked with different organizations, I've always had that entrepreneur mindset that eventually one day I would start my own personal business. And so 5 More and Breathe pretty much came out from there. And I started my business, and I first started doing obviously personal training, but I was doing park training in the parks as well, and that really blossomed, and I was able to reach out to a lot of people.
So I have a question for
you. Yes.
All right. So how does the use of bands differ from traditional use of weights? So I know that you use them a lot.
Yes.
So can you tell us what's the difference?
All right. So traditional weights, kettlebell weights, barbell. Pretty much what it gives you is a vertical vector force. So what that means is like the force is coming from up and down. So like let's say you hold like a dumbbell right in front of you, it's gonna fall down. Okay. So what resistance bands do is that you actually have multiple vectors. So what I mean by that is that like you could pull it up. If you attach it to something, or even if you put it around your body, standing up, you can push forward. So now that gives you that horizontal vector. And then also you could tie it up to like a pole, and you can go at a diagonal vector, which will just help out with development of your muscles and decrease the, because your bones and your joints get a lot of poundage. And when you decrease the pathways of it being pounded for so many, it's gonna just make your joints a lot healthier rather than pushing in just one direction.
And I think that's a great point, Danny, because you actually, I've met a lot of people who were quite young, but they had knee replacements and hip replacements who were athletes, because again, all that pounding on their joints for years actually impacted their their ability to exercise, and that's sad. So, you
Yeah.
know, I think this is great that you really utilize resistance bands to
Correct.
help alleviate that problem.
And it's one thing, it's not for seniors. A lot of people think that just bands are just for older people. It's for everybody. Athletes, professional athletes use them all the time. And obviously they're professionals. They're using them for a specific reason. They have trainers that are using these bands to help improve not just like their strength, not just like their endurance, but their coordination. And a lot of times people, they get injured because of their coordination. They twist the wrong way, they step the wrong way, and when you obviously work with bands and with bands, they'll help improve your coordination, they'll help improve your mobility, flexibility, and your strength as well.
You know what's funny? I was introduced to bands from Danny. He has a class called B&B 45, and
Correct.
he teaches, and I was like, oh, this is good, because like you said, it doesn't only work, in one plane, but you can
Correct.
really use it in all different planes.
That's right.
And because of you, Danny, I actually use bands
That's
in
awesome.
my class right now that I teach at the Y.
That's great.
And so, I think it's pretty awesome, and
Yes.
the effect, and I use it in the population I teach. They're older, and it's good for them because it's not as impactful on their joints, and it's not
Correct.
as stressful, and they all can do it.
That's right.
So, Danny, how do you incorporate the use of bands in your classes at the YMCA?
So I like to, there's different type of bands out there.
Okay.
So we use the tubular bands, which are more of the round bands, and I incorporate them into what we do in one of my classes there is that we do called B&B 45, which stands for body weight and resistance bands. So sometimes we tie them up against a pole, or sometimes we work on a vertical vector training, and sometimes we even use a diagonal vector training. But that's what we do. We do a lot of upper body, lower body exercise movements and core movements as well. So.
Awesome.
Yes,
All right, so if there is only one word you can use to describe the benefit of using bands, what word would that be?
I would say definitely for sure it would be longevity, because
I like that, longevity.
Yeah.
That's important
Yes.
with exercise,
Yes.
Because I feel like so many times we start, including myself,
Guilty.
guilty as charged. You start a routine, you're on the go, and
Correct.
then you fall off. So I like that word longevity. Longevity. How can you keep longevity? Because I need to know. Because
Well,
the world needs to know,
explain.
and explain. And you can explain it. Yes.
Yeah, longevity.
All right, so
dig in.
so what I mean by longevity is that when you use resistance bands, you cannot when you use dumbbells to help tone up muscular endurance and strength training as well. But with resistance bands, you can combine all that together, as well as really improve your coordination. So let's say like somebody wrapped a band around my hips, and they stretch the band out. What the band is doing is going to pull me. So what that's going to do for me is going to teach me how to coordinate. And it's not just the muscles, it's the brain. The brain's going to give you signals to your muscles to tell your muscles how to react. So when you're not doing that enough, what happens is that, it could just be a simple, functional movement. You're going up the stairs and you don't know how to react because your brain does not know how to transfer that signal to the brain to tell your body and your muscles how to react to that specific type of movement, as well as flexibility, mobility. And one thing about, especially as we get older, what I mean by longevity is that our bones, our joints, they just start to go, I turned 30 a couple of years ago. I'm like, oh my gosh, my joints, I'm not young anymore, But it really helps improve your flexibility and your mobility. And that's one thing, especially as we get older, we lose it. So when you continue to work on your mobility and your flexibility, you're going to feel young. You're going to feel youthful. Yes. So that's going to help you out with that.
I agree, yes. All right, so what are some other ways that we achieve like a fitness, Candace? Like for me, Zumba. I do Zumba.
So you do Zumba. For me, I like a lot of high interval training classes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, if you take boot camp with hers, oh gosh, beware. Right, Gail? Right? Yes, right?
I know Gail know about that, right?
Yes, I've taken one of her, yes.
Yeah, Danny did.
High intensity training. I need to do more of that. We do kickboxing.
Kickboxing.
Yes. I don't know if you check us out. You saw my video where I'm like crying because it's hurt so much, but it's good pain, good pain.
And even walking. Janet, you said you walk slow. It's all good. Walking is still exercising.
Yes,
So,
it is.
Any questions from you guys, okay? Because we have a treat for you. At the end of this live show, we're coming right back to you with the demonstration using bands.
Yes.
So,
bands.
Do you have any questions real quick before we get ready to do this demonstration with you guys?
Are there any questions?
Any questions? Let's see.
Anybody has any questions? Come on, one or two.
And you know, it's all good, because you know what? We could catch the questions later.
Yes,
Okay.
at
we'll
the
see
end.
it.
Yep, at the demo. Okay, and again, we just want to thank you, Danny.
Oh, you're welcome.
And
You're very
for
welcome.
sponsoring our show, 5 Brief Fitness.
Yes, you're welcome.
So, you know, we thank you for just being a guest and all that you do, and we appreciate it. We
Yes,
appreciate
you're very
you, Danny.
welcome. You're very welcome. I appreciate you guys, and thank you guys for having me on.
All right, so
Right,
we'll be
all
right
right,
back,
yes.
all right? Be right back, so
And
stay tuned.
Stay tuned, and
Be
thank you
back at the
all
demo.
for, you know, viewing.
Share it.
Back.
Yes.
Yes.
Like us on Facebook.
yes.
Oh, we have a question, real quick. Can we get this question? What's your favorite part of training? Is that for Danny? Is that for us? We'll let Danny answer first, and if we have time.
What's my favorite part of training?
Yes.
I don't know what they mean specifically by that. Like what part? Like body part, or like do you kind of get the question? Like body part, or or class? What's my favorite class or training or favorite training type of style? Is that the question? I'm not like sure accurately.
Okay, you know what, Teresa, maybe if you could just clarify that question a little bit for us, then we can answer it for you. Do you mean like what part of the workout, or do you mean like the favorite type of a workout? Let us know what you're thinking. Oh, okay, so what's your favorite part of training others?
Oh, what's my favorite? I think I know my favorite part of training other, obviously clients is I love watching my clients really improve and like progress, and that's really like that makes me really happy to see people progress, and like me knowing that I'm making an impact in their life to help improve their life and through their functional everyday living, you know. So that's really my favorite part is when I get to see them improve in a certain area and see the progression happen and occur. I think that's more joyful than anything, just to see that. Cause,
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful, Danny. That's awesome.
Yes.
Well, we've unfortunately come to the end of our interview with Danny. We would like to thank you again.
You're
Great
very welcome.
job.
You're very welcome. Thanks for that question.
Please check Danny out on Instagram,
Instagram, yes, Facebook.
He's there.
513 Fitness.
Yes. So, alrighty. So now we have coming to our demo. Coming up, but we want to also just thank you again, our viewers. Again, thank you, EC Media Group, for powering us.
Yes.
We thank you. And yes, and just talk about our page. If you don't know, please follow us, like us. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook. Spread the word, share, you know about us. You know, we have a lot of great things coming up in, our next show with.
We have Nick Trishan coming with us. Yes. Also, I don't know if you guys know, but we actually have a webpage as well, www.SisArias.com, where we have tons of articles and blogs that we've written on different topics and different information that you can use to encourage you, uplift you, and help you along, on your journey. So please feel free to check us out, subscribe to our newsletter, and just stay connected with us, all right? We have a lot of stuff coming.
Yes,
all right?
Yes.
All right, so
again, the next show will be with Nick Trishan, who's a health coach.
Yes,
trainer,
and he's
runner.
so excited.
Yes.
And it's good. He's excited, man. Nick, he's real good. And when he comes on, you guys are going to learn a lot. I won't even give you a topic yet. I'll surprise you. We'll wait.
Yes, so make sure you check us out. Yes. All right. Any more questions for us? Anything on your mind? Anything, you'd like to just ask us about fitness, about your body types? That's another thing, actually, which I know Nick can actually chime in on, is eating for your body type. You know, we all have different body types, different makeup, different chemistries, and it's not a one-fit-all kind of a thing. As a lot of the crash diets actually tell us that, okay, if I eat this way, do that, it work. I feel like, you know, we're all specific, and, you know, what exercise may work for one, may not work for another. One program may work for one, may not work for another, just as our diet. So I think that's just really, really important point to highlight. So any questions, guys? No? Candace, do you have anything you want to say about?
You know, I'm excited, and you know, if there are no other questions, we invite you to stay tuned because we are about to come back with our live demo with Danny, who's going to be showing you all how to use resistance band training.
Yes.
And the beautiful thing is, you don't have to go to the gym to do this. You can do it at home.
At home.
You can have the bands in your house.
Yes.
And you can work out right at home.
Wait, before we go to the demo, right? Can you show us your pipes, Candace? Can you show us, come on, let's show us some guns. Come on, I'm jealous, actually. Let's show us some guns, come on. Some nice pipes. Her arms, those pipers. Come on, make them flex for us, girl, flex. All right, do them, woo, come on, down. Let's shoot the triceps, girl, shoot the triceps, come on. Go, get it, girl, get it. Yes. You don't want to see
She's
mine.
crazy, don't listen to her,
You know how you have your bat wings, like, hello, in the breeze. That's kind of like, so I'm just gonna keep my arms down, right? Yes. I know we're funny. We're not funny. But you see, any more comments? Yes. Okay. Well, we're really excited. Danny's getting ready to come on soon. So we're just waiting for him to just a few more things together. All right, so
stay tuned for our demo and check us out. September 2nd is our next live show.
Yes, at 7:15.
7:15 p.m. So share, tell your friends, let them know that something good is going on.
No, something great is going on.
Something even better than great's going on.
Yes, all right, so we'll see you next show. And Candace, Danny, yes.
Wait, we have one more question before we go. How long ago did you ladies start your show? Actually, we started this, we did a pilot launch back in March of this year where we were supposed to do a video and we ended up going live and it was really funny. And we just had fun and we decided that, you know what, this might be a good direction to go, you know.
Because you already had the blog that we were writing and articles, but we wanted to, we wanted everyone to see more of us and our personality, so.
Right.
Yes. Oh, and we haven't said, and we see, yes, and so thank you, Teresa, for that question. And Marie, so when are you starting, Gail? Gail, when are you starting, huh? We have a question directly for you, Gail.
Gail, you hear that? And I know Gail personally, so I know she's like,
Gail.
She's like, what? Me?
Right. Gail, we have an answer for you. You want to answer, Gail? Can we get an answer, response for that one?
She'll answer us later. But all right, so thank you guys, and we'll be right back with our demonstration, okay? So stay tuned.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.